This video covers 3 things about patch 0.1.5. Let's dive into them. The first thing is the save file size. Previously, a save averaged 500 megabytes. After 0.1.5, new saves average only 30. Your existing saves, however, are not converted. Only saves created after the 0.1.5 update will have this smaller footprint. If you want the smaller size, you're going to need to create a new save. The second change is the autosave system. The game now keeps the 3 most recent autosaves, which you can find by clicking Load Game in your main menu. And if you hover over any of your saves, you'll see here the autosaves with a button, and you can click that to choose which autosave to load. This is the single most important change in 0.1.5 for save protection. If a bug corrupts your current session, you no longer lose everything. You can reload the most recent autosave instead. Check that the Enable Autosave option is ticked in your settings if you have not done so already. The third change is Steam Cloud Synchronization. Your saves can now sync to your Steam Cloud. This allows you to continue playing on a different computer without manually moving files. To enable it, go into your Steam library, right-click on your game, hit Properties. Under the General tab, make sure that Steam Cloud toggle is on. Now, there is a known bug with this feature. Some players are encountering an infinite synchronization loop when launching the game after 0.1.5. The game appears to load, but does not fully launch. If this happens to you, disable the Steam Cloud for Paralives specifically. This should allow your game to launch normally. The developers are aware of this bug and are investigating a fix for it. Once a fix has been confirmed, then you should be able to re-enable the cloud saves. Now, there is a second Steam Cloud issue. When the sync runs for the first time, you may see a dialog asking whether you want to use your local save or your cloud save. The pop-up does not tell you which was updated most recently. So if you see this, my suggestion is that you select the save on your PC. The reason why this is because your local save is the version that you are actively playing on your machine. This next issue is the one that has been reported most widely since 0.1.5 launched. For many people, the mods menu appears completely empty despite mods from Steam Workshop being installed. Now, there are 2 causes for this. The first is standard patch compatibility. After any update, some mods will not work until their authors release an update for the new version. This happens after every single patch. If a mod stops working, check whether the mod author has released a 0.1.5 compatible version. The second cause is specific to 0.1.5. A known issue confirms that some external mods or plugins are causing all mods to disappear, both in menu and in game. The developers are investigating a fix for this problem. So if your mods menu is empty after updating, do this first. Go to your mods menu in your main menu, and look for the Toggle All button, which is right here at the top. Check that it is set to on. If toggling all of your mods on does not restore your mods, the next step is to identify the problem mod. So you'll need to disable all of your mods one at a time, relaunching the game after you disable each mod. When your other mods reappear, then that means you found the conflict. Permanently remove the affected mod and check for an updated version from the author. If that doesn't work, you can try verifying your game files. When you're in Steam, find Paralives in your library, right-click it, then go to Properties, Installed Files, and verify integrity of game files. Patch 0.1.5 introduced 3 new mechanics to the game. They're not bugs, but they may confuse you if you encounter them without context. The first is edit appearance. You can now change your para's look outside of the para maker. To do this, just click on any mirror in-game, or head to the pharmacy or the hospital and select edit appearance. Doing this will take you into Paramaker, where you will have access to all Paramaker options, except for your labels, personalities, and life stages. You do, however, have access to your lifestyles, which you can change. So if you want to change your para's hair color, their clothing, or even their physical appearance mid-game without starting over, this is now possible. Once you've finished editing your para, then you can just click the tick button to be put back into live mode. So the second is revert lot. You can now undo all changes to a pre-made lot that you've made, which will return it to its original state. So for example, I took the pre-made office building that was here, that was a rabbit hole, and with a mod, I bought the lot and built a new office building here. Now let's say that I want the original building because for some reason it's all bugged out and this lot no longer works. To revert it, all you have to do is scroll all the way out until you get to the map of the town. Then you click on the building, and do you see this circle button here at the very top? If you hover over it, it says reset this lot. Click on that, and it will completely change the building back to its original version. Now, you need to be very careful about this because any changes that you've made to that lot will be removed and it cannot be undone. The third is the late to work penalty. If you cancel the go to work action, your para will receive a work performance penalty. Previously, there was no consequence, but after 0.1.5, there is. As you can see, her performance went from 75 down to 51 due to being late to work. So several issues from previous patches are still being reported after 0.1.5. First is the canvas disappearing when doing an artwork. So if a painting disappears when your para starts or completes a painting, this is a known issue which seems to be triggered when the walls in your home are fully down. Now there is a partial workaround, which is to keep your walls up. Doing this will reduce the chances of the bug occurring. Another issue that people are having problems with is the build mode, undo, and redo actions. Multiple players are reporting that Control Z to undo an action and Control Y to redo the action have stopped working after 0.1.5. If this happens to you, save your game and restart the game. This restores the function temporarily. The developers are investigating this issue. A third problem that some people have come across is the inability to move your point of view using the WASD keys. This usually happens when you switch households from one household to another and back. So if this happens to you, a workaround that I've found is to save your game and completely exit out of your game and restart the game again. Subscribe because when your game breaks, I will have the answer waiting here for you. And if you haven't watched my 0.1.4 video, you can watch it over here. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll see you in the next one.